Friday afternoon, everybody. Is lead meteorologist John Choquette here for our Friday 12 p.m. hail forecast here across Hail Trace. We had a little bit of activity yesterday and going to be some activity again today. And then after that, I think things are going to be kind of quiet. Probably going to end up having a weekend where we won't have any videos. I'm going to take some time to get some much needed sleep, and we will return on Monday. And before that, we're going to look ahead and see when that next chance of hail will end up being as well. Make sure you have notifications set up, notification options on your account settings, notification settings. Click on one of the three options for how you receive your notifications, whether it's on your phone, on your email, or on your desktop computer. And of course, the cities, states, whole country, whatever regions you feel fit to get those notifications for, so you don't miss anything that we have to talk about. Today, our hail forecast, first one that I actually have a part of Canada included in on, have up to $half size hail anytime after about 3 o'clock Eastern time, so 2 o'clock Central time. A pretty wide array of areas. I mean, I guess we're probably having, not really that wide array, just a lot of states in a small area here. Ohio to Pennsylvania, good chunk of New York State, outside of the city and Long Island, and up into Vermont and western New Hampshire and western Massachusetts as well. This is all my home area. Looks like we have quite a bit of storms that are going to form this afternoon. Hail threats are going to be lower. Wind threat and tornado threat are shockingly pretty high today, especially once we get up into Canada a little bit here. Might be some storms. Again, we're most likely going to have some isolated hail. Typically smaller. The storms here don't have as high of storm tops as they do in the Midwest and in the plains, so probably again only up to about $half size hail possible. 5% for the various upstate New York cities: Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester, Albany. 2% up by Burlington. I think you have a better wind threat there. Pittsburgh 5%, 2% Cleveland, and 2% up in Toronto as well. So that's what we're looking at for today, and we don't have anything for tomorrow. Looks like tomorrow's going to be very quiet. This weekend looks very quiet. A good one to get out there and do some stuff with the family, especially if you were doing a lot of things over this week, especially regarding the storms that did happen. Here we go, we got on here. So I'm going to kind of shift gears a little bit. I'm going to show you the latest HRRR run to show all the storms that are going to happen in the Northeast today. And then after that, we're probably going to look ahead going into next week. When's that next chance of hail going to be across various sections of the country? So with that, you show here as the day rears on, you can see isolated storms kind of scattered about. Eventually a line will indeed form. This happens in the Northeast all the time. Once you get about 5, 6 o'clock, this will be more of a wind producer. But all the storms that form out and ahead of it here, all these little storms, those are the ones that we're looking at for potential hail. Again, up to $half, maybe ping pong ball size hail if you have really big hail, like really good storm. For the most part, I think it's going to be a pretty quiet day for the most part. And then after that, things are going to kind of wind down. And that's going to be all she wrote for hail for this week. We're going to have to end up waiting a little bit here. So I'm going to shift gears, bring it to the whole U.S., bring up the GFS model, the American model, see how much of this run is out now. Hopefully this goes out far enough to even see when the next risk for hail is going to be. Unfortunately, the way our pattern has been, it's been either we have a lot going on or not much at all. So we're about to switch into a not much at all section of the pattern. I wouldn't be too concerned, but I know a lot of you guys are dying for some storms. So moving forward, this weekend quiet, beginning of next week probably pretty quiet. We're watching this as it moves on the coast on Wednesday going into Thursday. We'll see if any storms can form off of this northwest flow we have here going on to your Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. And then the models decide that weather just ceased to exist going into Thursday apparently. But so we're going to have to kind of wait. And for places down in Oklahoma and Texas, you may have to wait even longer. I know I don't want to, get you guys even more depressed, but you have to kind of really get going towards mid-month here, where you have to make it all the way to the 18th and 19th. At least this is what the American model is showing before anything of real significance shows up. There has been a lot of indications. You get to May 15th that things are really going to turn around and have real big activity towards the last 2 weeks of the month, kind of a la 2013. But of course, we're going to have to kind of see where it goes. I know there's definitely more activity this month than April had. There's just this 1 week upcoming here that in the beginning of May that unfortunately is going to get some guys probably a little bit more concerned. But for the most part, I think we're going to see hail next week. Just maybe not in Oklahoma and Texas, but further north, up in towards the Midwest, up towards Nebraska. Probably some storms are going to happen there midweek into the later end of the week. And after that, we'll be looking ahead beyond to other possibilities here. I'm going to bring up the European weekly models. I think that'll kind of help give you guys an idea here. So let me just get up on this website real quick. All right, weeklies. Bring this up. Okay, so this is just another version of the Jetstream. It just goes a lot further out, so I can really kind of jump in a little more into the rest of the month of May. Give you guys an idea of what we're looking at here. Let me jump over. I'm watching, so right here, watching this as it's coming on shore. Whoop, oh man, my shirt is is not liking all the white here with the camera. And we bring it towards, again, they're on the 12th. This little guy right here, I bet will make some severe weather. Again, this one won't be in Oklahoma or Texas. This is for more people in the southeast and into the Great Lakes region. I think we'll see some storms there as well. And this website and my green screen are not getting along very well. But then this right here, this has been pretty consistent. This is a good sign of a very active second half of the month. That's right on the 15th, 14th actually. And the European model, especially in the longer range, has had significantly more confidence and more accuracy, especially compared to the American model. So I'm leaning a little heavier into this, showing this would be a very favorable pattern for a lot of severe weather at mid-month. So we just kind of have to get through next week, and then things should turn around, and it kind of sticks around there for a little while. And then after that, we get to the point where things get a little harder in terms of accuracy. So that's what we're looking at moving forward. I know a lot of you guys, you just want, we're on the same boat. We want hail to be happening constantly, but you know, we're getting these hits and then breaks, hits, breaks, hits, breaks. I think we'll have, climatologically speaking, once we get towards the end of the month, it doesn't take much for big storms to happen, so we don't need a ton of stuff. So let's see, and all for Maria here in all caps, so pretty much no hail for Texas anytime soon. Probably going to be, this next week is going to be pretty quiet unless there's a mesoscale, a small scale accident storm that happens over the next few days. Do you think DFW will get hit this second half of May? It is possible. The chances are still there. I'm not writing off Dallas at all yet. Again, you guys, I think, have had storms in early June before too. Again, it's just kind of, we have to see how things pan out before I start, ringing the it's over bells. It's the first couple days of May right now. We have a lot of May to get through. It's still cold and going to be a late hail year for Oklahoma and Texas. Yeah, pretty much. This is the year of things just kind of taking their sweet time, and winter really kind of didn't want to give up until this week. So it kind of puts a delay on everything. Delayed, not denied. That's kind of that is what I'm sticking with until we get to the point where I go, oh, I guess it's just denied. But again, I think we're going to have quite a bit of activity in Oklahoma and Texas. Second half of May, don't get too, or I guess after just this next week, there's going to be a week period here, especially in Oklahoma and Texas. It can be pretty quiet, and then after that, we'll probably see a lot more activity moving into the rest of the month, and then into June as we push further north. Yeah, had a good storm in DFW in August a few years ago. Dallas can get storms pretty much year-round, so I know the main time is March through May, and it's been pretty quiet. But hey, you guys have still actually had a storm, so count your blessings on that one. Just going to throw that out there. Anyway, with that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and follow us on Facebook. Hit see first to see us at the top of your news feed for any live videos that we have in the event that we get some small-scale accident storm happening in the next few days. You don't want to miss any coverage on that, and posts about our new maps and our daily videos if you miss our push notifications. And give us a call, give us an email, or visit our website, hailtrace.com, for any further questions. I think somebody asked a question. And what hurricane season will bring in for us. Eddie, I'll probably go into that once we get to June. I'm not huge on the long-term forecasting for hurricanes, so I'm probably going to have to, once I get some time to go over that, I'm going to try to look into that. The big question with hurricane season isn't so much how many hurricanes form, but whether or not they actually hit anything. We've had some good hurricane years in terms of sheer numbers in the past few years, but last year was the first year something actually hit us. So trying to figure out what will and won't hit us is a really hard thing to kind of figure out. So I'll try to get something out there to give you an idea once we get towards the summer. So with that, anyway, I'm going to take the rest of the weekend off, Saturday and Sunday, unless something happens of significance today and we want to do a recap video tomorrow, then I'll do that. Otherwise, I think I'm going to not do any videos tomorrow or Sunday. We'll be back on Monday at 12 p.m. Again, barring any sort of surprise storms that happen. Back at 12 p.m. on Monday. If you have any further questions, contact us on any of the things here on the screen. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Enjoy Cinco de Mayo tomorrow. And have a great weekend, guys. I'll talk to you again on Monday.